Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're enjoying your day so far, and today we're going to talk about auto sprint once again. Yesterday we had this whole discussion on whether it should potentially be gentleman's agreemented from professional play. Crimsix kind of destroying a BZ in a particular gunfight, which maybe made a BZ think that, well, auto sprint should be banned from the game, even if, well, Crimsix was or was not using it in that clip. It seems like the pros have come out and decided, yes, it's too strong, it's gotta go. And really, looking back to Call of Duty Modern Warfare, you can make a fair case that auto attack sprint was a little bit too strong. This time around, it's certainly not so easy to decide that, and a number of the professional players don't think this should actually be the case, right? They're very much split on the issue, and well, I'm certainly intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new. As always, I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that. Going over a few roster things just before we start the video. Eggs, of course, last weekend teaming with Karma on that Challengers Cup #1. This time he's going to be back with Lacefield from that legendary Cloud9 team from the 2016 World Championship. As you can see right here, it is this version of Lacefield, by the way. Also, Triumph Gaming, quite interestingly, added Willett as their coach, a player for a couple of years now on the amateur side. Interesting that he would step away from playing to become the coach of the Triumph Gaming team, but yeah, certainly something to keep your eyes on going forward. So that is General, of course, the substitute on the OpTic Chicago. That is his amateur team for the season. Parasite as well says Saints, Dav, Paddy and Noisy are going to be the three players on his challenger team we talked about yesterday. Him getting dropped off that team with Blastville and co. And he was looking pretty damn nice in scrims as well yesterday. Little 8 spree, as he says right here, to finish off the job. I can't really understand how he uses this. Well, I think this is the colorblind settings, right, with the green character models coming up. I would always just think that was my teammate if I saw someone in green. But yeah, somehow Parasite manages to make it work and has a pretty nice result in scrims right here. And also, as we saw yesterday as well, Draza, Neptune, Decimate and Blast is going to be the team on the other side of that one. But this is the main topic for discussion. Scraps, as he says yesterday, been using ATS. Now, he's calling it ATS because it was called Auto Tactical Sprint in Modern Warfare. This game, it's not Auto Tactical Sprint because there's just like sprinting or running, if you want to describe it as that. Running or walking, people always call it as, but I like to say sprint and run, I think, or sprint and walk. Doesn't really matter. People kind of get across what you mean. But in this game, there's no tactical sprint, it's just auto sprint. There also was auto single sprint enabled that you could have back in Modern Warfare as well. But as Scrap says, look, I've been using this since day one, and now it has been GA'd. So yeah, certainly not too happy about it as it seems. And this, of course, is what auto sprint is. Just for a reminder, if you guys didn't see yesterday's video, Attach made a video on it a few days ago. Down in your settings under controller, there is an option called auto sprint. There's also auto move forward, but yeah, auto sprint is the one which a lot of the pros were using last season for a time. Then it got GA'd because the argument is that if you're a player with a good movement, you can do all the good movements in the game, like the slide cancelling and this type of stuff, without using this, and it actually enables players with worse movement to be able to get better movement in that sense by using this auto sprint mechanic. And Attach talks about in this video how, let's say you're behind cover in a difficult spot, if you've got auto sprint on, all you've got to do is push your left stick forward and then you can slide cancel, whereas in reality, like without this, you'd have to push your left stick forward, then press it down, then go for a slide cancel, which, well, takes more time, makes it more difficult to take gunfights, and well, there's certainly the argument that it improves your movement in-game, but the players who are really, really good and really, really quick on the triggers, they can actually, well, do that movement without auto sprint enabled. But really, a lot of the argument is in this game that auto sprint is nowhere near as bad as auto tac sprint was back in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and Attach said in the video, look, he doesn't expect this to be actually used in competitive play. That's why he wasn't using it, because he just imagined that, well, at some point, it's going to get GA'd, as does seem to be the case. RCD's replies, a BZ bugging for real. Yes, sorry, I got gunned really bad apparently. So, well, who really knows if this directly came as a result of this, but it's pretty interesting to see that gunfight go down yesterday. BZ made that tweet that was deleted that we talked about yesterday, and then all of a sudden, it seems to be GA'd out of competitive players. Scraps is talking about in this tweet, and well, Cronin at CDL Intel says, looked like auto sprint has now officially been GA'd out of the game. Why? People genuinely chose not to use it, so how is it OP? Makes no sense. But as Silly says, look, most people just don't use it because they know it's going to get auto banned / GA'd. I've used it, I really don't think it's GA worthy though. If it wasn't GA, do you think everyone would switch? If it was going to be allowed altogether, yes, everyone would probably use it, but it made the game pretty bad last year, so I doubt we will see it again. So yeah, even though it might not be the same, well, same degree of severity in this game as it was in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, a lot of the pros still thinking that it should just be banned out of the game. Been using it since the game dropped, and not one broke thing in my gameplay. Not hard for people not to be freaks and break it. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what Scraps is trying to say here, but I guess he's getting at the fact that even using this in his gameplay hasn't really changed anything up much, right? He's just been sprinting around like normal. There's nothing broke in my gameplay in terms of I'm not breaking any movement mechanics or anything like this, like shots he's able to do and this type of stuff, just because I'm using this auto sprint option, which really doesn't change too much about the game. You could argue in this title compared to something like auto tac sprint from Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but yeah, the pros still decide it's gotta go, and as Silly says, look, I think most people are concerned with it making people's movement better, although in this game, it's not nearly as bad in Modern Warfare. So certainly some significant disagreements between the pros on this one. Aches also comes out and says something in a second we'll look at. You know, if it was that good, then why isn't everyone using it? A lot of people saying in reply to Scraps really that the reason why people weren't using it is because they imagined it was going to get banned, therefore they didn't actually decide to use it, as Attach was saying in that video that I'll leave for you guys linked down in the description box below once again. Aches also says the following, so well, Tom Ryan over to the general manager over at the Florida Mutineer said, feeling the need to poke the Aches bear here once again. He was talking about double tac sprint in the next COD, whether it is going to be in the game, but as Aches says, look, there's no tactical sprint in this game, there's no two-set movements. However, this setting shouldn't need to be GA'd. However, the update 3 weeks ago that also nerfed the RevTheAR made slide cancelling with auto sprint completely different than slide cancelling with no auto sprint. Can't understand that, to be fair, thus the need to get rid of this until that bug is fixed. So actually interesting, this is what Attach was saying in the video as well, the fact that if you try and slide cancel like you normally would, where you kind of slide ADS and then jump or whatever to get up from your slide cancel, with auto sprint on, it actually doesn't work like that, and if you press jump at all, you will just jump off the ground. What you have to do with auto sprint enabled is just press slide twice, and then you pretty much get the job done, and that works. So for some reason, auto sprint slide cancelling is different to, well, normal sprint slide cancelling, even though in reality the only difference is you're not pressing down your left thumbstick, you're actually just pushing it forward. So not really sure why this bug is in the game, and as Aches is saying, look, we got to GA it until that is the case, but arguing that maybe if this bug is fixed and slide cancelling works like normal way, okay, you just slide, you jump, you press ADS, then you're actually in a decent position to potentially have ADS or potentially have an auto sprint back into the game. However, is that really going to be the case? Are the pros really going to say, okay, the bug is fixed, let's get it back? I don't really imagine so. I think probably some nightmares left over from what ATS was capable of back in Modern Warfare, and now they're thinking, okay, let's just get rid of it from this game. At the same time, you've got to think about the fact that how do you really tell if somebody's using this in the game, right? And that really is the big question mark around ATS as well. We did discuss yesterday the possibility of CDL referees going to where the players are playing from, because this season I'm pretty sure they've said that, look, all the players on every team have to be playing from the same facility, and it might not necessarily be on LAN in the sense they'll still be playing online with the other teams in their own facilities, but all the players will be in the same facility playing like effectively on LAN with each other, which might allow like a CDL referee to go in and check their settings are okay. But at the same time, if it's GA'd and it's not like officially banned, then why would the referee be looking for that anyway? And how is it even possible to tell if someone's using auto sprint compared to not using auto sprint? As in the last game, we saw Crimsix used it for several scrims in Modern Warfare before someone even noticed that he might potentially be using it. So yeah, definitely a potential issue that some people might exploit. And I'm sure in the challenger side, who's really going to tell if somebody's using this, and really does it make that big of a difference anyway? Certainly I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. As Stamino says, about time auto sprint is gone, so he's certainly happy about it. You can all hit slide cancels like a real man, like I have been doing since day one. And as Bodied says on the Reddit, why is auto sprint GA'd? And Crimsic says, look, I destroyed a Beezy a little bit too hard, my bad, bro. So certainly implying that, it did come as a result of a Beezy getting destroyed in that gunfight we did look at yesterday. Also thought this was kind of funny. Octane tweets at a Beezy, you're like 19 and already falling off. This sucks, man. Maybe FaZe versus Seattle at a scrim yesterday. I think Seattle's scrims have been going relatively okay. They may be in that top 6 ballpark right now. Abizi says, yo, I was watching our scrims back from today and oh my god, that was an absolute smoke show. Didn't even notice you on the map. Camp for the timeline considering I put 10,000 bullets into your cold, lifeless body. So I like to see this type of stuff, at the start of the season. Crimsix tweets this as well. He's been tweeting a lot of this stuff, like the deep fake Crimsix stuff, which I'm just like, honestly, like, the amount of stuff like this I've been seeing on the timeline lately just blows the mind. But that's like when you did the prone slide to me in play, and I imagine on Checkmate. Also, just wanted to mention this that came out from the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost. An in-game message says that the profile I'm using is suspended for reverse boosting. So, some guy put this on support.activision.com saying that, they got suspended for reverse boosting, where you just kill yourself over and over again to get yourself in a good lobby, so you can absolutely destroy the scrubs, I suppose, in those 0.2 KD lobbies that you guys may have been seeing the clips of. Certainly, the interesting thing about this is, look, when is ranked play going to arrive? I think a number of people are very frustrated playing public matches in the absolute sweat fest that it is, and I wouldn't mind doing that if I actually have a rank to show for it, which hopefully is somewhere around the corner. We don't really know. I'm hoping that it drops around when the league actually does begin. That's a big question mark that has always been happening in the last couple of seasons, especially if we are going to get this CDL like outfit or whatever in the game. You would imagine that there's obviously some competitive support happening this season. Hopefully ranked play is relatively soon around the corner. At least they should drop it around the time when the league begins, hopefully sometime in mid to late January. But as I saw this article in that people were talking about the fact that Call of Duty Mobile, their ranking system dropped when the game launched. As you can see right here, 7th of June 2019. This is pretty much when Call of Duty Mobile was coming out. Well, Call of Duty Mobile was dropping with a ranked system. Legendary, Master, Pro, Elite, Veteran, and Rookie are what the ranks are right now, but when this game released, the ranked play was in the game from day one, and well, it's just unfortunate in my opinion that we can't seem to have that in the regular Call of Duty scheduling, that we have a new game every year, we have to wait for ranked play, we have no idea when it's going to come out. At least if we had a date, that would be nice, something to look forward to, but yeah, who knows when it's going to happen. Hex, as we talked a few days ago on the OpTic podcast number 3, wasn't too confident that it was going to be coming around the corner anytime soon. And yeah, just to finish off with this pretty funny clip from Scump, well actually, it was from Envoy's stream, and Envoy was replied actually saying like, now you're using my stream clips on your Twitter, so yeah, pretty entertaining stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well, and help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always, take care, and I will see you next time.
Huh?
Where'd you get your gamer tag from?
Random name generator? Huh?
Like,
Actually?
What does it mean?
It's a French messenger.
You hear that, Seth?
Oh my god.
Like, why couldn't it be like the
Do you want to go to Paris? Do you want to go to the
Yeah,
Legion?
let's do it, dude. Let's do it.
You want to go to Legion?
Not the Legion.
Weapon and not in French.
I'll send you to
Messenger.
Legion if you want.
I don't know. What's a formal?
Oh, what the fuck? Like, what?
You're sitting there all dressed up one day. I said, oh, I'm going to be formal.
Good one, Bill. Don't laugh at that. Don't you dare laugh at that.
Yeah,
Dare laugh at that garbage joke.
it was so bad that like I don't know, it just caught me off guard.
That's just garbage. I might have never heard a worse joke in my life.
I'm actually glad I wasn't paying
Let's hear it,
attention.
dude.